Good morning. It is July 12th and the 30th day of harvest already. 4 weeks ago tomorrow, we will have left with our final trip down to Medicine Lodge. This morning we are kind of slower at getting to the field due to the coolness of the morning air and no sunshine right now. So I'm riding into the elevator with Jim and give you a little bit of an idea of what that's like. We are headed into Stoneham, how do you say that? Stoneham, Colorado. Very big town.
There ain't much here. And I question if that's still going.
Oh, I just saw that it looked like it might have been a place to eat.
I saw a sign out on the highway, but it doesn't look very promising that it's open anymore.
So Jim was telling me that this operation is just a little bit different than what we're used to, and that he has to empty his own trucks. Got my own personal rock remover. We're headed to a different field. This one is a little on the green side. We may be stopped for the day or two. I'm not the boss, but I think this field needs more days of some hot heat before it really gets to cut good. So we'll see what the boss does say when he gets up here. Jack?
What?
You got the Sawfly thing down yet? So can you tell us
so
about
far-
Sawfly?
So far, this is what I know about Sawfly. There is a bug, there's a fly, and what it does is when it's ready to lay eggs, it'll eat into the stem and it'll lay its eggs around just in here. And as soon as its eggs hatch, they're cannibalistic eggs. So the first one to hatch will eat all the others, and then it'll eat its way out of the stem, and then the stem breaks because of it eating its way out.
So at what stage does this fly lay its eggs in the stem?
The fly lays its eggs in the stem around maybe the last couple days of its life.
No, I mean, what stage of the wheat straw? Is it green? Is it right now? Is it when?
It's about in the stage that this is.
So it's partially green.
Yeah, it's about in this stage.
So at what point then is it eating its way out? Right now?
About the time it hatches and eats all the other eggs is about the time that it's eating out.
But I'm just wondering, like, the stage of the wheat. Where at what point did it get eaten and then fallen flat on the ground? Right now?
About the time it turns a perfect gold.
Okay.
Right here.
So that's the stage where it'll start eating out and then it'll fall?
and then it starts to just slowly tip over. Most of it won't fall all the way over. It depends on how much of an area they eat, but it'll just snap and fall over like that. Which is actually what this stuff laying over is actually from. Is it ate out and it snapped over.
Yeah, you should show us that. Show us where maybe it ate out. Can you show us a stem like that?
So right about here, it ate out right down here at the base.
That's where it ate itself out?
And then it snapped down at the base. That's why it's lying so far over.
Okay, so the stem is plugged.
Because that's what.
So now take your fingernail and split the stem.
Oh.
And if you keep going and keep looking, you may actually find some of the larvae left.
I probably need a jackknife.
Yeah, but this is, so as you keep splitting, and then what they do is they plug the stem off and make it weak. It's kind of hard to explain, but then they also bore a hole and come out.
So at what stage though does this all take place with the wheat?
I would say we saw them the worst probably about 6 weeks ago. We were
6
swathing.
weeks to 2 months.
When we were swathing, we swathed some for hay, and they were swarming then. See, this is a lot of the fecal matter. So what happens is they go down in it and they lay their eggs, and as the eggs hatch, the first ones to hatch eat the rest of them, and then that is basically everything that's left.
So when they plug this end here,
then it breaks off. Now it breaks off, and that's where I start to get a little lost on the life cycle of it, because I don't know if they just go ahead and overwinter. I don't remember. So, or I believe they'll go ahead and live in there until the next year, and then they come out and then they go somewhere else and lay their eggs, and it starts all over.
Did you find something in your stem?
I think where they chewed on that.
Yeah, see, this is all what's left.
interesting. So where are they now? Flying around?
That's a good question, probably. Or finding a place to overwinter.
So I saw somewhere where somebody said that they've
But by the time
did something with a solid stalk of wheat. Have you heard
so
anything like that?
they have bred some wheat to have a solid stem,
Yeah.
but the insect has adapted
Oh,
to that already.
so that's
So-
no good then.
No. So it was a good idea, but it didn't work.
Why don't you go shut your drum?
So the problem that it causes then is that all this wheat goes down to the ground and we can't get it picked up. See,
Yeah.
there's wheat heads down on the ground.
But we had a couple years ago just a simple rain, like a half an inch of rain, cost us over 40 bushels. So the wheat was making 60 and it was green, so we pulled out, said, well, let's wait a few days. It was probably 18, 19 moisture. Jack and I went to the mountains. When we came back, we had a rainstorm. We was making 20 after we got back.
It will stay like that. Oh, you took it off already.
It'll be okay just sitting in here. Stay stable. Stable, not stable.
Let's get a picture of that bouquet, Jack. That's very beautiful. Nice job. Look what I found in the field tonight. It may not be an arrowhead, but I wonder if it's some sort of an Indian relic. It definitely doesn't look like it belongs here with river rock. Next step for us is to clean this thing off for the night or for the day or 2 days or whatever, and see what the next few days bring, I guess. and I really hope that you enjoyed today's daily update. If you did, why don't you give it a thumbs up for us? We'd like to know that. And be sure to hit the subscription button and the bell notification so that you know when the next video is up and ready to watch. Thank you, and we're so glad you're along with us for the journey.